Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with Dami. We're going to be talking about finding a church at uni. So this is like part of the uni series that I've been doing and will continue to do. Basically, I went to this seminar quite a while ago and they were talking about how 83% of Christians don't stay Christian while they're at uni, and that's like a huge number. And I think that a big part of that is people not being able to find a church when they go into uni, not knowing how to find a church when they go to uni. So for example, I went to the same church literally from when I've been born to now. I go to the same church in London, so I've never really had to choose where I'm going to. I don't really know the criteria, so it was a little bit of a struggle when I came to uni. So I thought, why not make a video for people that are deciding what uni to go to, some people that are already at uni. We're going to be giving you some top tips about how to find a church in uni. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first tip that we have is
try out different places. Like, don't just go to one place and think because you enjoy it, like that's where you should stay. Like, definitely, I think, especially in the first few weeks, like when you have time, just go to different places, see what like agrees with you.
Exactly. Like, the thing about the church that you're going to is that your spirit will know if that's where you're supposed to be or that's where you're not supposed to be.
Sure.
Because like there's no point just, and like I get that it can be difficult because it's like you can be going to a church and feeling like, yeah, I really enjoy this, so I've now found my church. But it's like, don't just stop there. For the first few weeks, like try out everything, because you'll know, like, is this what I like, is this not what I like? And that kind of brings me on to the next point, which is like, don't go to a church because that's a church that's been recommended in your area. So like at Nottingham, there's basically two main churches that always get recommended, and we tried out the first one and we were there for like
the whole of first semester.
Yeah, basically the whole of first semester and first year, and we thought, yeah, that was great. And then like we realized down the line, like that wasn't what I realized, that wasn't the place for me, and she realized that wasn't the place for her, so we ended up leaving. But it was like, sometimes you can be confined to like, oh yeah, this is what I've heard is good, or this is where everybody goes, so let me go there as well. But it's like, salvation is so personal. Like, it's so personal. It's not about, oh, this is where my friends go. Like, go there by yourself. And especially like in uni towns, finding a church is that much easier because the people there know that you're students. They have programs like accommodated that accommodate and like cater students, so they know that you may not necessarily come to church with all your friends. It might just be you on your own. Yeah. So they have programs that make you want to make students get to know each other. So at our church, we go to Heart Church. Shout out to Heart Church.
Hey, big up.
So like there's so many things that we have that like help us out. So we have after services, if you're new, like literally the building across from our church, people go there and you meet, you talk, it's really nice. It's a chance to like get to know everybody after fellowship. Then on Tuesdays we have Citizen, which is basically like a fellowship for students, or not even students, sorry, fellowship for people from 18 to 30. And so our church is really big on taking church out of the four walls. So one week we'll have life groups, which is a group of like 20 people, or
20 roughly.
Yeah, around 20 people who meet up and just fellowship. And then the next week it will be like basically a service in a bar.
It's called Locations.
Yeah, it's called Locations. And like, it sounds so crazy. And for like Orthodox Christians, sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But like, it's literally,
first time I heard it, I was like, huh?
We were like, listen, this church is wild. It's a little bit wild. So we didn't want to go, but we went, and it was like the best thing ever. So yeah, if you're in Nottingham, check out Heart Church. What else would we say about finding a church?
Another tip I'd say is definitely make sure you're going to the church, like obviously for the right reasons, and like don't just like convince yourself that like that's where I should be. Like, actually think about why you think that's a good church for you, and don't just make it about like, because I know for me, like, praise and worship is important to me. I have to enjoy it, and if I don't like enjoy it, in my head I'm like, why am I here? Yeah. Which is bad, but like it's a thing that like can affect a lot of people. But like, definitely make sure you're going to the right church for the right reasons.
Exactly. I think something that can make that easier is like, think about, what do you actually want from a church? Like, is it that you want an opportunity to step into leadership roles? Is it that you want to be on a team? Is it that you just want to like somewhere where you feel welcome, where people are open, where you can literally talk to anyone? Like, those are all things you need to think about. And then when you go to churches, you can assess it on that. Like, it seems weird because obviously like church is supposed to be like the house of God, but like it's the same way like when you're going to sixth form, you went to see the schools to see, okay, is this where I'm gonna like grow best? Is this where I'm gonna learn best? And it's the exact same way with a church. Like, is this where you're going to learn and grow best? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to church and you're not, nothing's changing, everything's the same, you're not learning, why are you there? You might as well sleep. Like, because what, you're just going there and it's going in, it's flying out. Yeah, so that's important. So like, I just think listening when you go to church is so important, because if you don't listen, you won't pick up on subtle things. Like, if I give you an example based on my experiences, so we went to one church, we went to one church, and like the word was just not aligned. Like, you know, it was like you're preaching, but you're not preaching based on the word, you're preaching based on
what you feel it should say, to be
right? Like, you're inferring in what you think God missed out, but God didn't miss nothing out.
You didn't make no mistakes, me.
It wasn't just like, you know, like it wasn't like he was like, no, not that bit, not that bit. And it's like, oh no, I've forgotten, but it's written now. It's like, no. He made it perfect. Like,
and in that, I would definitely say listen to your spirit, because like for me, when the word isn't right, like I can tell, but at least with the first church we went to, or like some of the places we went to, like I just be like, oh no, it's okay because I like this and this and this. Like, if there's something that's not agreeing with your spirit, you need to listen to it.
Exactly. So the next thing I would say is there's this really great app, and it's called Student Link Up, and basically what it does is it tells you all the churches in your university area, and it allows you to message people that already go to that church. So there's certain people that work on like outreach and making sure that people like come to the church and like bringing people in. So it's like, it's such a good app, and like a lot of people want to meet up with you just when you get to uni, just to have a chat to see what you're looking for. Don't feel obliged to meet up with people. If you don't want to meet up with people, don't meet up with people, but it's a great way to like find out the amount of churches, because sometimes like you'll know of the ones that people talk about, but you won't know about the rest, and it's like, oh wow, it's their third year. There's like 5 ones I've never even heard of before. And it's like, well, they've been here the whole time. So yeah, I think that's definitely very important.
I really think when you're looking for a church, it's so important to make sure that you continue praying on it. And like every week, to be honest, every single time you go to the church, you need to be praying on it and saying, God, is this where I need to be? Like, because sometimes you can get comfortable and feel like, yeah, I've been going here, I like going here, it's easy for me to get to, I know people, and that might not be the right place for you, and you might just not get that if you don't like stay in tune with your spirit.
100%. I think that's really good advice. And I think like, just following on from that, ask yourself, why are you at that church? Like, why are you there? Are you there for socials? Are you there for what? Because you will know. God will tell you. He'll be like, let's talk. Why are you there? Because I didn't send you there, so I didn't know why you're there. And you don't want it to like be like such a long period of time, because for me, like, I know a lot of people, and especially millennials, will say like, oh, you don't need to be at church to be a Christian. And to be honest, that's true, but like, being at church is such a useful tool. Like, for me at least, like going to church, it's not like, it's for me, it's like the fire's burning all the week, and then going to church just add more logs, and the fire is like exacerbated. Oh, vocabulary come through. Anyway,
going to church helps you grow, and like I think without going to church, sometimes you need church as like a check to say that you're still on the right path, because you might be reading something and not getting something from it, but when you go to church, like the word that you get may like, it may show you something else than what you've been reading.
100%. Like, I literally have so I've been reading Romans, and like I'll read something and I'll be like, wow, this is so deep, and then I'll go to church and it will literally be another dimension of this deepness. Like, it's mad. I don't know how, like, literally one sentence can have like 12 meanings, and you're like, okay, I thought I'd read this and I was done. No, I'm not. When I was young, I never used to understand why people would be like, oh yeah, I've read the Bible like 5 times, and I'd be like, well, why? Why are you reading the same book again and again? But it's like, because you really get different things every single time.
Yeah. Also, when you're like looking for a church, don't like follow people and say like, okay, because they go to this church, they seem like a good person, let me follow them to that church. But ask around, because people will know more than you do. Like, usually it's a new area for you, so you might not know where to go, and Google might not always tell you the answers, because I remember when I Googled, I didn't get the right answers.
Yeah, I think all in all, church is just like such a great place to meet people and to grow, because like sometimes, like, because at uni, like, the truth is a lot of your friends will either be from your course or where you live, and you won't always be surrounded by like-minded people, and church is such a great place to meet like-minded people. And because you never, like, the thing with church is that, and the people that you meet at church is that you never know like how you're going to help each other, like, and you never know how intertwined your plan, like God's plans for each of your lives are. So I just think like not finding a church would be just missing out on a great opportunity to meet more people who are like you, or meet more people that can help you. So yeah, I think that's about it.
One more tip.
Oh.
Don't be afraid to go by yourself. Like, your journey is personal. It doesn't matter if you have a friend to go with. Like, I remember for one of the events for Citizen, one of the first events, I didn't have anyone to go with and I was scared. But I was thinking about it, like, why am I going? I'm not going there to be doing chatty patty, but I'm going there to hear what they have to say and to learn something. So you need, like, don't be afraid to go somewhere on your own and feel like, oh, because no one else is going there, or no one you know is going there, like, you shouldn't be going. Like, there's something you can gain from it that they might not be ready to hear.
Exactly. I think that's a big tip for uni in general. Like, if you're afraid to do things by yourself, nothing will ever get done. Like,
Truly.
Like,
truly.
People be looking for someone to go library with, looking for someone to join societies. Go by
You'll never
yourself.
go to the library, you'll never
You are
join a
born in this world
society.
alone. Come on, live alone, Gary. You need to. It's good to have friends, but like, don't overdo it to the point where it's derailing you from your destiny. What type of rubbish? Come on. But yeah, that's it.
I think so.
I think that's it, you know. So you have heard from us how to find a church at uni. If you are looking, if you need help, make sure to use that. Guys, I'm not lying to you. It's a fantastic app. Like, it will help you a lot. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and hope it was useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys in the next video. See you guys in the next video. Oh, see you guys in the next video.